What's going on, guys? The Iron King here, back with another Dragon Ball The Breakers video. And you guys have really enjoyed some of these speculation videos for Season 2. And although, unfortunately, it's been pushed back a little bit, there's plenty of time to speculate, right? There's plenty of time to speculate. So for this video, I want to talk about what maps that we could see in the new map in Season 2. Now, if you might be a little confused, why am I saying maps in the new map? Because normally in the Breakers maps, it's actually a compilation, not a compilation, like a bundle of different areas from Dragon Ball in the maps. So just like kind of looking at it, right? Move myself over for a sec as if I'm going into a match. I just want to pull up what the maps look like. Yeah, so about like actually going into the maps, Green Coast is like Planet Namek, and it's got some of the city in there. Waterfront Warzone has Mr. Satan's statue there, so it's part of like the inner city, and also has the World Tournament Arena, has KAME's Lookout, and then Highland River has the Cell Arena. It has more of the city, like some of the canyon area where like Goku and Vegeta fought like when they first met. So I kind of just wanted to go over in this video what other places we could potentially see in Season 2 in the new map, and there's definitely a lot of places that they can still choose from. So I'm excited. I'm hoping that they just don't stick to like a city, like a canyonous area. Like I want to see a little more. I mean, I guess like we've gone to like an ice area, but let's pull up some of the Google searches, shall we? I'll be right back. So first up on here, I have Korin's Tower. Now, Korin's Tower is one of the first places that Goku visits when he's a kid. It's actually one of the most difficult places that he visits, just because he had to climb this tower by hand. So I feel like this would be a really cool area. This is actually where Goku gets Senzu Beans. If you don't know who lives here, it's Korin, this little white cat character. This is kind of just like showcasing how long Korin's Tower is, like the insides and whatnot. So they could have like you explore the inside. I don't know if it would be destructible, kind of similar to how the hyperbolic time machine, not hyperbolic, but the place where they train is indestructible on the Warzone Waterfront map. I would doubt that Korin's Tower would be destructible, just because it's an iconic landmark. I don't think they would let you be destroying it like that. But it would be cool if they had you, I don't know, like this was a guaranteed spot to get a Senzu Bean, right? Because this is Korin's Tower. This is where the Senzu Beans are gathered. So it would be interesting to see if they have something where, like, you know, you come back every now and then, you can like grab the Senzu Bean. That'd be kind of cool. So moving on, I do not know how the KAME House is not already in the game. KAME House is probably one of the most iconic areas, if not the most iconic areas in all of Dragon Ball. This is, of course, where Master Roshi lives. This is where Goku trained. This is, you know, the home of the Turtle School, where Goku and Krillin trained when they were kids. This is basically how Goku learned the Kamehameha, thanks to Master Roshi. So this place is very, very iconic. This is where, you know, Goku spent a lot of his younger days. So it'd be really, really cool if they add this game. This could be a way they introduce, I guess, a little more water, because like the Kamehameha is surrounded by water. So I don't know if they're going to have it like planted on solid ground, or if they're going to have it surrounded by water that you got to swim to. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to make it a little bigger, because Kame's house is pretty small if you really think about it. So I don't know if they're going to have it like be the entire area or just like part of an area. But let's keep going down to other places they could choose from. So I have the Red Ribbon Army base. Now, of course, there's a superhero version that I'll be talking about later. But the version I want to talk about is kind of like the OG Dragon Ball one, which is like the base that Goku invaded as a kid, and he was just like ransacking the place and basically was like a one-man army, even as a kid. So this is just like a closer look at what I was talking about before. So yeah, it could be cool. Could be cool. Of course, you know, I imagine most people would want to see the superhero version of this, but I feel like there is no real reason to just not use the old version as well. So, you know, for fans of the Red Ribbon Army, this would be a cool place to explore. And we have Pilaf Castle. So the Pilaf gang, if you don't remember, this is the Pilaf gang right here. We got Pilaf, we got the dog. I do not know his name. And then we got Mai. Any of these characters could very well be Survivor skins. By the way, in the future, I would not be surprised. Whether it's future Mai from Dragon Ball Super, or regular Mai from Dragon Ball, or even Kid Mai from GT and technically Dragon Ball Super. So this is the castle, like in a grand scheme of things. Like I don't think this would be an entire area, but it would be cool if it was just like a section of the map to explore. A nice little nod to like OG Dragon Ball. I mean, we got OG Bulma, we got OG like Oolong in the game, so it doesn't really like not make sense to include Pilaf's castle in the game. But yeah, it would be a nice little nod to fans of the original anime and manga. Also, we have Grandpa Gohan's house. This is, of course, where Goku spent... this is where we first met Goku, actually. Where Goku kept his 4-star ball before his grandpa passed away. Now, of course, we've seen this house in, like, Kakarot and whatnot. So it would be cool to see it in the Breakers as well. I think it'd be pretty easy to do. Of course, it wouldn't be an entire section of the map. It'd probably be, like, a little nod. But, of course, I don't think... Gohan's house would be destructible. It'd be pretty disrespectful if you could just fucking blow up Grandpa Gohan's house, the goats. So, yeah. Moving on, we have Goku's house. So Goku's very own house where he lives with Gohan, Goten, and Chi-Chi. Of course, not really big. There is some water by it, so I don't know if they would make it deep enough to swim in, but that could also be a factor. I don't know if they would have you going inside like you were able to do in Kakarot, but I feel like they're definitely going to be adding Goku's house at some point in the game, right? It just wouldn't make any sense if they didn't. And moving right along, we have the destroyed Future Trunks Saga City. You know, obviously this scene is very iconic, but I feel like this town, or this city itself, is very cool looking, even though it is destroyed and like kind of like melancholy. I feel like it'd be really cool to check out. I guess technically this is kind of in the second map a little bit. I'm forgetting what the hell the second map is called. I'm gonna look that up because it's bothering me. Green Coast. It's Green Coast. So I feel like Green Coast kind of has the destroyed city. But like I feel like just having an entire area dedicated to like the destroyed city would be pretty cool. And I feel like it's something that we're missing right now. But let's keep going. We have BEERUS' planet. BEERUS' planet is pretty cool. Obviously Goku and Vegeta train here, and most recently they've been training here with Broly. So it is fairly big. They got the tree and stuff like that. It is an interesting location. I feel like at this point we might not see super stuff for a little bit. Like I imagine we're probably just going to get stuff from like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Just because we haven't got any transfers from Super. We haven't got any... Yo, what the... I'm so sorry you guys had to see that. Anyways. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be adding super stuff yet until we get like a Super Raider. The way I'm looking at it, like they're probably going to model whatever Raider is coming to the game around that. So I would expect a lot of like Dragon Ball Z stuff still. So moving on, we have Baba's Palace. Now Baba's Palace is fairly tiny. It's fairly small. This is actually where Goku fought his grandpa Gohan. Like in this little arena here, he fought a bunch of people with Tien, with Yamcha, with Chaozu, and Krillin. They had like a little tournament here, which was pretty cool. It's definitely an OG map. I imagine some of you guys might not even know of its existence, but it's from OG Dragon Ball. Would be cool if it made an appearance, but who knows? Who knows? But it would be a nice nod to the classic. Hell would be really sick. I feel like it's one of the coolest looking places in Dragon Ball. I mean, just look at it, like these little jelly beans floating around. Hell would be great. I don't know if they would do it. Like if Janemba is added as a raider, like of course they're going to be adding Hell. But I could definitely see Hell coming down the line. I just don't know if it's going to be coming for Season 2. Because like I said, I feel like they're going to stick to the theme of DBZ for now. But technically this was a movie during this DBZ era. So it could come. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Snake Way I feel like is also one of the most iconic areas in Dragon Ball. Even though it wasn't like explored that much besides like the beginning of the anime. Very cool, very iconic, like with the clouds and whatnot. I don't know how they would handle it, as if like the clouds are something you could swim in. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna give a nod to Snake. Maybe it'll just put like part of the snake like on the map, but not necessarily the clouds of it. But like they gotta include something like this. But maybe like this little building here they'll include in like part of Snake Way. But I don't know how they'll do the clouds. Like I don't know how that would work in the game. Alright, so moving on, we have King Kai's house. Now, King Kai's house is like this small little planet here. Obviously, they're not going to have a little bite-sized planet as part of the map. But I feel like they could kind of just like cut like some of this out. Like King Kai's car, his house. And kind of just take this and just like slice that and put it like on the map. I feel like that could work no problem for the breakers. And moving on, we have Capsule Corporation. I'm actually very surprised that there's nothing Capsule Corporation building-wise in the game yet. Obviously, this is where Bulma lives. Bulma's already in the game. So I feel like, in terms of like what we could realistically see in Season 2, this is probably up there. Capsule Corp is definitely up there just because it's a popular location and it kind of fits in the theme of the Saiyan Saga. Just because like it was kind of relevant during that time, I guess. But yeah, I feel like Capsule Corp is definitely very, very realistic in terms of a portion of the map that we could see for the new map in Season 2. Alright, so of course, this is kind of like a dream. This is kind of like wishful thinking. I don't think we're getting the superhero Red Ribbon Army base anytime soon. I don't think we're getting any superhero content anytime soon. I think the earliest we would see is probably the anniversary of the movie. So like in Japan, I believe that was July. The movie originally came out in July, but for America, I believe the movie came out sometime in August. So I feel like it's prime time for superhero content is going to be either August or it's going to be July. So very cool. I hope they do it eventually. I don't know how they would slice this up, but they're definitely going to do it, right? They're definitely going to. Breakers is getting superhero content, dude. It's coming. Like, there's no way they don't, right? Please. No cope. All right. So moving on, we have the Champa tournament arena. So this is another thing from superhero. Realistically, I don't think it's coming in Season 2. It's definitely coming in the future down the line. They already have the World Tournament or World Martial Arts Tournament Arena, so doesn't make sense why they wouldn't include the Champa Tournament Arena as well. They could kind of just slice it up, have like the little mirror of Champa, have the little mirror of BEERUS, and like call it a day. And last but not least, I think the most iconic area from Dragon Ball Super, of course, is the Tournament of Power Arena. They could like slice like a part of the map like this, no problem. But yeah, they're definitely going to be including this. Again, since this is superhero content, not superhero content, this is Dragon Ball Super content, I don't really feel like they're going to be adding it yet. But they're probably going to be sticking to DBZ. But of course, I just want to talk about some of the things that some of the maps that are going to be coming to the game and kind of just see and visualize what they look like. Now, there's actually one more area that I want to pull up before I end this video. Now, I imagine I'm missing a couple places here, but I wouldn't feel right to end this video without including the Broly movie and the Ice Caps area where they fought, where Goku and Vegeta met Broly. Like, they can include Frieza's ship, they can just include the Ice Caps Raw, they can include, like, when it got a little more heated up, like this. But I feel like this is an area they would definitely include into the game if they're adding DBS Broly. I guarantee you guys, I would bet money that they are doing DBZ Broly after 8 Vegeta, but you know, we'll see what happens. That's for another video. But yeah, I kind of just want to go in this video kind of just talk about the different places that we could see in Season 2. Of course, like I said multiple times, I feel like the most realistic areas are the ones that are in DBZ. They haven't added anything from Super or Superhero or the Broly movie. I feel like they're just sticking to DBZ and Dragon Ball right now. So realistically, those are the places that we are going to see. But I kind of just wanted to show a little bit of everything and give you guys an idea of what we could see down the line as well. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. And we're going to have some more Season 2 speculation content. I want to cover Raiders I would like to see, Transfers I'd like to see, Survivors I'd like to see, even though we touched on a little bit before, Super Attacks I like to see, and maybe even passive abilities and active abilities I'd like to see as well. And do you have any ideas for future content, like videos, any speculation ideas, any like funny videos you want to see? I plan on doing wheels, kind of like randomizing active skills, passive skills, transfers, and just like having fun with that. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate the support this past week. I know it's kind of been a bummer considering Season 2 got delayed, but the channel's really been growing. The viewership has been great. I love reading all of your comments. I make sure to, I try to reply to every single one. And I really appreciate you guys. So I will catch y'all in the next one. Make sure to sub if you enjoy the content, like the video if you enjoyed, and leave a comment so I can heart it up and reply. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.